Hi YouTube, Tim Michael here. In this video we're going to find solutions to quadratics where the number in front of x squared is 1. So let's look at problem number 1. Find the solutions to x squared minus 8x plus 15 equals 0. Now we always want to have one side here equal to 0. If we didn't have one side equal to 0, we'd have to rearrange the equation so that we had one side equal to 0. But we're good to go here. For these problems I'm going to have all the problems equal to 0 on one side. Just wanted to make note of that. Okay, so we're going to start off, we're going to factor as usual. Now we note here we have a negative number here and a positive number here. That means that we should list out the negative factors of 15. So for instance, negative 1 and negative 15 and negative 3 and negative 5. Now negative 3 and negative 5, those add to negative 8, so I'm going to select those, and I'm going to write my factored form as x minus 3 times x minus 5, and I want to set that equal to 0. Right, so all we're doing is we're changing the left-hand side of the equation into factored form. Now, if this factor here is 0, 0 times whatever this factor is will be 0. Likewise, if this factor is 0, whatever this number is times 0 will be 0. So I find my two solutions when I set each of the factors equal to 0. So I'm going to say x minus 3 equals 0 and x minus 5 equals 0. Okay, so I'm going to add 3 to both sides here. Three minus 3 is 0, so we get x equals 3. Here I'm going to add 5 to both sides. Five minus 5 is 0, so I get x equals 5. So my two solutions here are x equals 3 and x equals 5. All right, let's take a look at problem 2. Find the solutions to x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0. Okay, so we have a negative 9x here and a positive 20 here. I'm going to list the negative factors of 20. So that's negative 1 and negative 20. Negative 2 and negative 10, and negative 4 and negative 5. Now negative 4 and negative 5 add to negative 9, so I'll select those. And I'll write this in factored form as x minus 4 times x minus 5, and that'll equal 0. I can now set each factor equal to 0, so I could say x minus 4 equals 0, and x minus 5 equals 0. I then can add 4 to both sides here. Four minus 4 is 0. So I get x equals 4. I can add 5 to both sides here. Five minus 5 is 0. So I get x equals 5 here. So my two solutions are x equals 4 and x equals 5. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right, so this one, find the solutions to x squared minus 14x plus 40 equals 0. So again, we have negative 14x here, positive 40 here. I'm going to list the negative factors of 40, so negative 1 times negative 40, negative 2 times negative 20, and negative 4 times negative 10. And once I list those out, I realize, oh yeah, those two numbers, they'll add to negative 14. So I want to select those, and I want to write my factored form as x minus 4 times x minus 10. And that still equals 0. So now I'll set each of the factors equal to 0 and solve for my two solutions. So I'll say x minus 4 equals 0, and x minus 10 equals 0. I'll add 4 to both sides here. Four minus 4 is 0. I'll get x equals 4. I'll add 10 to both sides here. Ten minus 10 is 0, so I get x equals 10. So my two solutions here are x equals 4 and x equals 10. All right, let's try this last one. Find the solution to x squared minus 2x minus 80 equals 0. All right, so we have a negative 2x and a negative 80. So I'm going to list factors here. The factor that's further away from 0 is going to be negative, and the factor that's closer to 0 is going to be positive. So I could do positive 1 times negative 80, but that doesn't add to negative 2. I could do positive 2 times negative 40. That doesn't work. I could do positive 4 times negative 20. I could do positive 5 times negative 16. Getting closer, those add to negative 11, but not negative 2. But if I do 8 times negative 10, well, these two numbers multiply to negative 80 and add to negative 2. So I'm going to select these two numbers. And I'm going to write my factored form as x plus 8 times x minus 10. And that equals 0. I'll then set x plus 8 equal to 0, and x minus 10 equal to 0. Subtract 8 here from both sides. 8 minus 8 is 0, so I get x equals negative 8 as one of the solutions. I'll add 10 to both sides here. Ten minus 10 is 0. That got a little away from me there. So x equals 10. So the two solutions for this last one are x equals negative 8 and x equals 10. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, could you please like and subscribe? Thanks.